What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It is officially Monday, the 15th of September. Welcome in. Shane's in the building. What's going on, everybody? Very interesting day here in the cryptocurrency markets. Did you get fooled? That is the answer that we're going to talk about today. Very, very interesting. What I would say is we pretty much freaking called it to the letter. But yeah, like I said, super interesting move. I'm just gonna put my slippers on. Actually, my feet are a little bit cold. Probably should have done that before I went live. Anyway, so yeah, super interesting day in the markets. Not a lot going on, albeit some pretty aggressive and volatile price action. This could be liquidity hunting. I definitely think Susan's here. What's going on, Susan? I think this is definitely kind of the story of the day. We're going to talk a little bit about what that was, why this was such an important thing to happen, and then what does that play out over the course of the next week. We've got some pretty interesting news to talk about. Obviously, the coin that I'm the most bearish on in the world, the BITUNIX Financial. We're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up with that one. Davo's in the building. What's going on, pal? We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on what did liquidate the markets today. This is going to be an important one, right? You're going to make sure you need to dialed in for that. It's going to be some good news. We'll talk a little bit about the Rex Osprey ETF. Lots of people are starting to ask some questions and getting a little bit more bullish. And the crux of why I think so many people are being lied to right now. We're going to sort of try and break it down. Again, this is not financial advice. I am in no way, shape, or form telling you that I am some kind of cryptocurrency guru that knows the ins and outs of every single intricacy of this market. But you can kind of smell bullshit when you can smell bullshit. Do you know what I mean? So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some Coinbase news, which is pretty good. Trump news. And why does he want people to go to quarterly earnings? We'll touch on that and why that could be important, as well as a few other bits and pieces, including a Solana, a treasury fund that got launched today. So yeah, even more reason to be bullish on Solana. So with that being said, let's get into it. As always, don't forget, do me a quick favor though, tap the screen if you're here on TikTok. Also, find that thumbs up, give it a little tap. It does help out the old algorithm. Lets everybody know that this is a channel worth watching, all right? Working super hard. I actually had a video that went out today, by the way, and I'm only because I'm like super hyper focused on trying to make this channel as good as I possibly can. I had a CPR today, which is what they call a click-through, or CTR click-through ratio, which basically means how many people saw your video and then clicked on your video to watch it. And it was nearly 14%. Like, do you not understand how good that is? 14% is very, very good. And then I had a watch rate of like 60%, which again is pretty good. So definitely trying to work hard, build something out, try and, you know, give something good. And hopefully we can start to really scale this channel, which would be nice. So anyway, with that being said, let's say hello to a few people and then we're going to get into it. Right, 37, good to see you. I am going to try and talk a little bit slower as well, because I keep getting critiqued for that. I'm going to try and talk a little bit slower. But 37, what's going on? Craig has agreed. The last dump in the chart, we were being warned about the mega pump. There you go. You see, Robert Dover's in the house. Bullish. I'm bullish on all the new members, by the way, that joined today. So shout out to you guys. Welcome to the premium Discord server as well. FYI, go and check what we talked about in that this morning and look how well it played out. Jesse, good to see you. Thank you for your help today, man. Appreciate it. Making sure everything's kind of dialed in. I still don't think it's right, by the way. I still don't think it's right, but hopefully we can sort of get to a place where we get it right. But fingers crossed. But thanks anyway, buddy. Appreciate it. 37, Craig. Tomato Pete's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, Swamp, Viva, Obi, Susan Gallagher, one of the best people in the world. Beebs, Damien Brimlow. Good to see you, buddy. Mel B's in the house, everybody. What's going on, Mel B? I really hope that is the actual Mel B. That would be fantastic. And then welcoming everybody on TikTok. Great day in Airdrome Finance. Jeff, it really is. Look at the staking APR as well. Back up to nearly like 15% or something. Love it. M1986, what's going on? Fairgrounds here. Davo, I've said hello to you, buddy. What's going on? Welcome in to you. Chaotic Night, welcome. Angel Troll says, what's up, brother? What's going on? Welcome. Johnny's in the house. Says, reckon a dump after rate cut event and a massive buying opportunity. Maybe today was that opportunity. We'll see. RM, good to see you, buddy. Welcome. Calamari98's in the house. Well, Davo reaching level 15. You absolutely massive legend. Can you see Algorand going $3 at least, bro? David, I think so. Have we talked about Algorand to $3? I can't remember if we have or not, but anyway. Anyway, we're going to get into it. Who's Susan? Only the best community member in the world. She's like the most bullish member you've ever met in your entire life, Fairground. She freaking loves it. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about markets. Let's get into a little bit about what played out today. And let's talk a little bit about what to expect and how are these charts telling us what's going on. So TikTok, you can go watch this as well. And good news, by the way, TikTok. I have actually officially turned the screen so that you don't, so I've done it. So, I didn't mean to do that. So that you can officially see what's going on. Oh man, why is my, there it is, Jesus Christ. Just lost my mouse button there, which would have been a disaster. Right. Let's get right. There we go. Oh my God. Need to change that back button on this mouse. Pretty sharpish. Right. There is the Bitcoin chart on the daily candle. Now, something super interesting is starting to play out, just in my opinion, by the way. And it's something that we've been talking about, equally something that has been discussed quite heavily in the Discord channel, which is kind of good news. So what you've got here, in my view, by the way, is a pretty interesting line that that we have sort of been watching, right? So if I put it in the right place, it probably would help, actually, wouldn't it? So let's take it from this move. Okay, this was the move that started all of the big old moverino, and this is kind of how we're playing out right now. Now, there's a couple of interesting things on this chart, namely this support line here, which we've been touching on for a while. So the big wick up here, and then obviously we've sort of seen this very key support level that comes across here, and this upper support level here. Now, what's interesting about two of these points is where we've sort of seen some of this movement on the chart. Now, what you've got here is a continuation to the upside, and then you've got this kind of volatility that we've been trading. Now, this is obviously on the back of the recent all-time high, in which we then push down. But something is very interesting and very much playing out. And this starts with this here. The overall sentiment, by the way, in my opinion, is still bullish, but not crazy bullish, all right? Let's not kid ourselves. This isn't like the most crazy setup you've ever seen in your entire life. We're definitely not in this world of going like absolutely freaking hyper to the moon just yet. But what is worth noting is exactly what's going on here. So although we've seen a pretty volatile day in the markets, look at this. This is the key level that I want you to think about. We're still bullish here on the daily. This is important for longer term movements, right? So we're bullish on the daily candle. We've also got here is a big old wick to the downside and a big old wick to the upside. Now, again, it's important to understand then which came first. It's a little bit like the chicken and the egg, right? It's a little bit like the chicken and the egg. The reality is on this that we've got now, this came first, okay? So we saw this wick through the Asian markets early hours of this morning. We were at 116,800, right? Markets look pretty optimistic. This, however, is where we are right now. So this is telling us that actually, when you start to go in a little bit nearer, there is a very, very much optimistic view that we're starting to push back to the upside. Now, the question therefore has to be, what was this? Why did we see such an aggressive dump in the market, or certainly in the early hours of the market, that spooked the market and they didn't like it? Now, some people will tell you, well, it's the end of the bull market. Momentum is dying. Many people just simply don't think the market's got much more steam, okay? Then you sort of start to understand a little bit more macro, and you start to understand a little bit about what went on. So, for example, what we had NVIDIA dumped. So China accused NVIDIA of violating anti-monopoly laws, and NVIDIA tanked in the pre-market, and NASDAQ futures dumped as well. Remember, we've been talking about some of these key market indicators that are driven hugely by big players. Apple, Amazon, NVIDIA, all of these kind of ones. A big leverage flush that came in on the back of that move down. So the open interest hit a new all-time high, with Bitcoin still priced 7% below all-time high, okay? So basically, everyone was looking for an opportunity to trade it. We saw too much leverage, which, again, I absolutely talked about that yesterday, and we saw 2 billion wipe from Bitcoin today in a healthy retest. FOMC decision, people de-risking, potentially getting a hawkish Fed. We touched on that yesterday as well, and nothing moves in a straight line. So pretty kind of obvious as to how this chart played out. Right, for those of you that are in the premium Discord, this is kind of what we put out this morning that was all about kind of what we expected. So the recent candle shows strong sell-off after a small uptrend closing near the lows, suggests selling pressure entering the market before the Asian Open. Volume spikes on the down candles indicate stronger selling interest. Order books and volume profiles are on the right side. Price is sitting near high volume node, which often acts as support and resistance, okay, which is what we talked about. Then it said here, if the next few candles hold above the yellow moving average and reclaim the short-term moving average, we could see a small bounce. That was exactly what we got to 116,800. The break below this yellow moving average, strong volume, could mean a quick downturnward. The bold statement, which was basically trading the market, said, I'd lean towards watching for a potential downside test first, unless there is a sharp reversal on the high volume open. And that's pretty much what we put. If you want to get into that, by the way, make sure that you become a channel member. Dead easy. A link in the description. Also, if you want to do that, TikTok, just subscribe to the channel. We get you in there as well. So this played out exactly as we saw. We lost the yellow line, leverage flushing out based on some of that macro data that came in. Very obvious move. And more importantly, though, we got the bounce that we were looking for. Now, you could argue this lower level of resistance here, very, very important. We see it can play out over here, which we then saw the next big move up. We saw it turn into resistance on 2 of these key lines. This has now shown some very strong support. If you were to take this move, by the way, and very much play it out from here down to the previous line, look exactly how this plays out. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't done this, but this plays out absolutely perfectly on the 0.618 Fibonacci level, telling me exactly what we wanted to know, which is this, again, is a healthy retest, exactly as we talked about here, these 3 steps that we saw the market flush out. So what it did do, and I think this is worth noting, by the way, which many people still are in this world where they say the market's going down, they're still in this world where, you know, the bull market's over, etc., etc., etc. What it did do, though, is flush out quite a bit of altcoin moves. So Ethereum now retesting this low range that we've been talking about. Hopefully it's going to hold on this 4,500. Solana getting a little bit of a cool off. Did come back down, though, and retest the 200 exponential moving average, which is pretty good news. And the same is said for pretty much every coin here, with the exception of a few. Aerodrome Finance, one of which I've been talking about for a while, holding at nearly 11%. That is a solid move. XRP was just below $3. Did lose the 200 moving average. So we do need to be mindful of XRP, by the way, because this could absolutely come back down, maybe test 296. I think it all depends on how the market reacts to the rate cuts that are going to come in, and therefore, more importantly, what Jerome Powell says. But important to think about how that one plays through. But Aerodrome Finance looking very bullish. What I think great, by the way, is this range here on Aerodrome holding up quite nicely. The rest of it, Aethia continuing to look pretty strong, actually, with some pretty aggressive volume coming into this. Wants to break above the 6.5 range, could be pretty bullish. World a bit financial, holding up. Remember, Friday is that decision that comes in, particularly around the burn mechanism. Lots of people starting to get excited. The app is getting ready to launch. And then the rest of the altcoin market, including the memes, not too much. Pump still looking pretty good as well. So a general flush in the market. Also worth noting, 30-year treasury down 0.5%. That's good news. And the 10-year down 0.7, telling us actually this was a market-wide sell-off. Now, again, this is where I think people are just being really blasé into kind of what they're saying. And it absolutely aligns to my theory, which if you say the market's over enough, then eventually you're right. Okay, so Bitcoin could pump to 150, dump from 150, and people go, see, told you it was all over. Especially when you start to look into kind of what else has been going on today. And obviously the big news and I guess the hypeism that many people are going for at the minute is, well, institutions are selling off. They're not buying as much. Excitement, expectation, whatever you call it, right, is slowed down. No one, BlackRock's not bothered. They're not buying any more BTC, blah, 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 right? And then you kind of go and check what they're doing, and they're buying more BTC than ever. Like, this is the thing. Don't always believe what people tell you, but lots of people don't have the best interests, or they stand by a narrative for so long that they're almost deluded in the fact that what's going to come otherwise. So TikTok might be going to Hedera. That'd be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty bullish as well. What's ETH doing? ETH is holding support at 4,500. Look out for a potential drop, but we don't want to see it too much. But like I said, ETFs continue to be, look at this, 2,270 for BlackRock, 621 in Fidelity, 875 ARK21. They bought big again, and they buy in the pre-market, which I think is really important to think about. And as you play it through, there is billions of dollars still coming into this market, and so many people are just neglecting the fact that that's coming in. So I actually think the market is fine. I think a close above like 116.7 would be very bullish, actually. Very bullish. But I think a close in the green today, I think would be good news, especially given the volatility that we had in this. And I think anything closing above what we opened at, just to give you a reference, by the way, we actually opened around 115K. Let's call it that. That's probably the easiest one. I mean, technically it was probably here actually that we opened up at 1 o'clock in the morning, which was around 115,000. So I think anything above that for me tells us that we are definitely in a solid momentum. Alt's getting a little bit shafted, which tells you a little bit more as to what's coming. I truly believe, by the way, This is just a market flush out, and I think there's more to come. What's your opinion on Athia this run? Yeah, look, I have it. I did sell some on the last big move, though. So I sold 50% of my bag. But yeah, I like it. And it's had some aggressive volume. Would I go super crazy big on it? No. But I'm happy it's moved, and I could take a little bit out of it because I think other coins have definitely got a bigger move potential coming in my opinion, anyway. For what it's worth. As I said at the beginning, we have to wait till tomorrow to hear about the actual rate cut hikes, and we'll see a punt towards Wednesday morning. Yeah, that's true. That could be true. That could be true. Such as what coins I think will do better than Athia? AVAX, Sui. What else do I think is going to do better than AVAX? Better than Athia. I think Solana. I think some meme coins could perform a little bit better, but AVAX I think would be a bigger ecosystem to take a look at. Again, I mean, look, let's just be dead honest. It's only based on what I think versus what I, categorically can look at my crystal ball and tell you. But equally, by the way, Athia could move. But look, I'm just going to say, Ondo could be a good one. I'd sold 50% of my Athia bag, but bear in mind I was buying Athia, DCing down on the dump, so turned out to be a pretty good trade all in all. Okay, good. Right. What are other people saying us? This is important to think about. TikTok, come back in a second. Let's take a look at some of these charts from some other people. Altcoin uphill run into Q4, the bump phase. Again, various components of the bump and run reverse bottom. It's a price dropper follows and lead-in phase where price moves in the narrow range. The bump forms, then rounds upward and price leaves the bowl and moves higher on the uphill run. This is the total altcoin market, which we've sort of seen this kind of dip and then obviously the push potentially back up to the upside. Sounds pretty optimistic because don't forget, you're going to get certain coins that are going to run pretty aggressively. And I think this is what this was what definitely could drive a little bit more in the altcoin market. So watch out for that. Will there be financial? Like we said, getting ready to get pretty bullish on this one. What's interesting, by the way, and I don't know if you can see at the top of the screen there, look, we've got Bonk Fun, official integration partners for USD1 on their platform, and they pair for the bonding curves, particularly when they're launching it. So yeah, in collaboration with Bonk Fun and Radiant Protocol, make it available up to a multi-million-dollar promoted rewards for eligible participants trading in USD1. It's pretty good news if you ask me. And I think this is kind of good to think about as they build and potentially then get into the world of Friday starting to burn exactly as we've seen with Pump Fun, which I think is, again, important to think about as that one goes. Now, lots of people have been talking about this today, and I thought it was worthwhile just sort of touching on it, but lots of exchanges dumping into the dumps. Okay, it sounds crazy, but the reality is that everyone dumping into the dumps. And what you've seen there is the classic exchange games. They want to liquidate the longs. They want to get rid of those longs before the Fed rate cut. What does this tell us? It tells us that actually exchanges right now think the market's going to skyrocket on the back of those on the back of those interest rates. And that's why, in my opinion, they're trying to liquidate. Now, they'll never admit it, and you could never be like, oh, we all know that you're doing it, you massive set of choppers. But in my opinion, that's what they're going to do. AVAX pumps, Benqui pumps too. Let's hopefully tell him, man, what's going on? Man, is Fairground like in stereo surround? He's on TikTok and on YouTube as well. Get it, Fairground. Last time I saw Blaze, he was stressing when I would... what's going on, Vern? Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, this would be interesting to play out. Now, like we said, this is good news that we're actually seeing a nice little move. Back above 4,500, I'm looking forward to hold on ETH as well. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll start to see this move a little bit further back to the upside. But typical exchange games, we see this every single time. That's why you see what I talked about. Remember, the W pattern. You dump into the Federal Reserve, you pump on the result, you dump on the hawkish or whatever bearish sentiment from Jerome Powell, and then we come out the other side when people realize actually it's either wasn't that bad or it's a pretty bullish move. For example, in this case, Trump obviously is asking for bigger rate cuts. Again, too late, Powell. Does he go 50? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he sticks to his guns and goes 25. But again, watch out for this. We could definitely see some significant volatility over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. Worthwhile thinking about. Right, Rex Osprey ETF, just for anyone who's bullish on XRP. And again, if you are in a world where you think the market's over, there's so much capital wanting to get into this market. It's almost crazy to think about. XRP at $10 soon. I hope so. Now, this is an interesting part of that. But the Rex Osprey ETF, again, you can see the bit that's colored in. The fund, under normal market conditions, invests at least 80% of its net assets plus any borrowings and for investment purposes in the reference as asset and other assets that provide exposure to the referent asset. The fund will invest directly or through the Rex Osprey XRP subsidiary, which is described more fully below. Basically, they will, as it says here, the fund will invest in and hold XRP. XRP is a cryptocurrency that was introduced on date and quickly developed its online community, reaching a peak market capitalization of blah, blah, blah. Okay, so pretty much they are going to buy XRP on the open market. This is good news, right? This is good news. And this could start, in my opinion, a catalyst of particular ETFs doing that, especially when you start to think about Solana, AVAX, XRP, HBAR, even some of these big top altcoins. We saw it with Grayscale. That one's sort of playing out. So watch out for this. Rex Osprey, I think, getting pretty bullish. And then, look, finally, question here. Look, Bitcoin added $600 billion to its realized cap in a year and a half, more than $430 billion from its first 15 years. Adoption is accelerating. Bullish. Okay, what does it mean? Basically, more and more people are buying in. The overall market asset is going up, and in the longer run, hopefully it will continue to do this in the way that it's doing. And I think that is definitely bullish if you ask me. Do you think Ethereum is on its way back down, bud? I think it needs to hold 4,500. I think it needs to hold it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind 12 to 15. Yeah, let's hope so. Seeing influence scaring people that exchanges could shut in the bull run. This will happen. Nah. You got to understand, this is what I would say that if you are scared of an exchange shutting down in the bull run, go to Coinbase. That's not an endorsement, by the way, but they are a registered public trading company. Oh, I guess Gemini would be another one as well. So you are offered a slight bit of protection to a degree. Tim, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. Mayo's in the building as well. What's going on? Mike Ox, what's going on? Had a hot wing shot earlier. Nice, buddy. Hopefully that was okay. Make sure you wipe, buddy, before you get off the pan. But yeah, I think if Ethereum holds 4,500 and we see momentum build with us, good news. She's saying because I'm the only female out of all of us YouTube lot. What's this? S&P just closed above 6,600 for the first time ever. Good market signs. Yeah, it is. It is. What's your thoughts on this week for BTC and Ethereum? I've been talking about this all week, actually. And by the way, a little quick shill here, that we do actually do this in our Full Trade Signals call group in our Discord. You can in there obviously sign up for free. We do actually have a premium service as well by becoming a channel member or signing up. But we actually have put our full Sunday report in there, talking about what we expect in the market. So far, pretty good. I'll give you a little snippet of what it could look like. We're looking for resistance at the upper range at 118 to 120, support 112, 114. We touched on that today. Breakout target above 120, which could rally 125 back into the week. And then the breakout target below 112, retest 100. Maybe not this week, but certainly could start to play out in that way. So again, also worth noting that the Fed rate cuts don't always play out as we expect. Market is currently pricing in 25 basis points cut. Watch out for the push downside as market makers try and take some final gains from those over leverage. That's exactly what played out today. So if you want to get part of that, become a channel member, subscribe to TikTok, or you can simply join the Discord and yeah, get involved over there. Hey, got paid and posted. Snipeverse is awesome. Snipeverse.com, no bots. What the hell is that? Ron. Curtis, what's going on? What's up, 2-Bit? What's going on, pal? Obi Joe's in the house. What's going on, Obi? So yeah, anyway, good news. And then finally, look at this. Record-breaking demand for Bitcoin. Bitcoin buy demand just hit a new all-time high. This is not retail. I think it's important that this is, like we've just looked at, big games. Good on, Sean. Good to see you, buddy. This is big money. This is institutional buying. This is ETF buying. Think about it. We just talked about it at the start of the stream. 2,270 Bitcoin. Do you understand how much that is, by the way? It's about 20. What is that? What is that? 227. Oh. Let's say 115. $260 million today just in iShares, right? $260 million. I reckon it's probably not going to be far off what? 800 million, maybe? I mean, does it touch a billion? Maybe. 22, 28. What do we need to get to a billion? 4,000. 4,000? Would that be right? Hold on a minute. 1 billion divided by 115,000. Yeah. 8.5. Yeah. So we're not going to be there, but I'll tell you what, we're not going to be far off. We're not going to be far off. So this for me plays out perfectly with what we're seeing here. Look at this. BTC price versus accumulator address. TikTok, you guys need to see this. It's a very important chart. Look at this. Accumulator addresses demand. People buying Bitcoin. So all these people that are telling us the market's over, it's finished, we're going to freaking zero, the bull run's over, I've sold everything. I think they're all liars. I actually think they're liars. And I would love one of them to actually prove that they've done it because I don't believe them. So again, demand is there. Equally at the same time, we are seeing it based upon trade setups. We're seeing it on institutions. Michael Saylor and Strategy buying another $61 million today. You know, no one's slowing down here. No one's slowing down. I think this is a very, going to zero, Mr. Tube. This is a very important thing to think about. I think crypto is going to fly very soon. Yeah, I hope so. If MM expects an interest rate pump and we have seen a dump, does this mean cuts are now not priced in? No. Cuts are priced in. 25 basis points is priced in. Again, going back to what I put out in the premium Discord server, the fact that market makers are going to try and take out some over leverage, that you'll see that again tomorrow. I'm pretty confident that you'll see that again tomorrow. Look at this. I'll show you what I mean on here, and I can show you guys on TikTok as well if you just bear with me. So where you've got risk, right? Oh man, I'm on the wrong screen. Where you've got risk, and I think this is important to think about as we sort of walk through this. The same can be said for many altcoins as well, which is why you've seen altcoins dump arena, right? Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. So as you can see here, that there's a potential way bigger downside risk than upside risk. So obviously the higher this red box is, this basically means the total value of longs that would be liquidated at this point. So for example, if BTC was to retest 111,000, the cumulative long liquidations is $7 billion, right? It's a pretty substantial sum of money to go in. So what you'll end up doing then is the actual downside potential here to liquidate longs. And equally, when you look at this, you need to look actually at this one here. So this is the more important one at the top. So what you've got here is, if you look at the orange lines, these are any long trades over 100x leverage. So you can see kind of, look at this. Downside 114.1, 170 million of cumulative at $21 million of 100x leverage, right? This could easily clean out a number of them versus upside, right? Versus upside momentum. Look at that, 100x leverage, 6 million, right? So no one at the minute is like crazy short on the market on 100x leverage. They are, however, though, very much nervous on the downside. So this is why you could see the markets move. This is why you get this big wick down as well. This is just an absolute liquidity flush. And like we talked about right at the very start of the show, that kind of news coming out of NVIDIA, etc. So yeah, important to think about as that all filters through. So I still think it's priced in. The big bit is going to be what Jerome Powell says. Is he hawkish or is he dovish? I don't think he's going to be super dovish, by the way. I don't necessarily think he can. Now, he could come in and cut rates and be dovish on the market. And I mean, who else? But ask yourself this. Why would he need to be? And the answer is he won't, because it's the labor market he's going to be watching. Now, don't forget, we get jobless claims coming in. Is it tomorrow we see jobless claims? Can't remember. Someone tell me if it was right. Hopefully you guys were listening yesterday. Is it jobless claims tomorrow or is it the day after? It is. It comes to the day. Is it Thursday? Yeah, so Thursday. So just to give you an idea of what that looks like, jobless claims previous was 1,939,000, obviously with those revisions. Consensus 1950, forecast 1943. So you're going to see a slight uptick of about what, 4,000-ish, or 40,000, sorry. Slight uptick-ish, which probably isn't the worst thing in the world, but that's kind of what we're looking at. And I think that is where you're probably going to want to keep an eye on what Jerome Powell says, because he could come in hawkish on the labor market. Because when you've got the S&P 500 going absolutely crazy, then we're not that asked about the market. Let's be honest. This is about protecting the jobs market, and I think that's probably where we'll get to. A little bit of an uptick on BTC dominance. Not too worried about that. Again, is where it is. So, yeah. All good. Checking my scammer message, not answering. Didn't realize there were so many accounts, one person. So, yeah, someone I know joined the Discord channel today, which is why I've been trying to make it like a little bit. So now, if you join the Discord, you don't get access to anything other than literally one channel until you are vetted that you should be in there. So that should hopefully make it a little bit better in there. But yeah, so a friend of mine instantly joined. I posted it in there, and then someone messaged him pretending to be me saying, right, close all your friend requests down, close all your DMs down, just talk to me. They even knew my freaking name. Like literally they knew my name. It's honestly, it's wild. Again, if you want to join the Discord, it's totally free. Do not reply to my DMs. It is not me. All right. Super important. Just post in general chat that only you can get access once you've been verified and put into the Discord. And that way, then, you know, it's me you're talking to. Then don't send any money to them. Hobbs, yeah, it's brilliant because their own cash is becoming obsolete and the dollar. The shanty tone has resorted to using Bitcoin to trade. Brilliant. That's true. Hot flush over Holmes pretending to be a girl. Oh no. It does this every time before a cut. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, good. Let's talk about the news. This is going to be worthwhile thinking about. No, so I don't believe anyone knows my surname because I've never said it. Some people might know it. I mean, if you're sharp enough, you'll see it on the screen. I'm not massively asked about it, but I don't generally put it out there. No, Discord's okay, actually. Discord's okay, in fairness. Once we get it set up, which I think it's kind of there now, you just can't use everyone for anything. You've got to use certain roles and setups and all that kind of stuff. But I think we're not a million miles away now. Hopefully, yeah, like so we'll keep building out. Jake, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Right, American Express embracing blockchain to redefine travel experience. Let's go. Amex Passport allows members to immortalize travel memories into blockchain-based stamps. Good news. Blockchain speed, transparency, and security attract financial industries. So American Express, now with its renowned credit card, over 65,000 employees, can no longer ignore the revolution change brought by cryptocurrency. Major financial corporations globally strive to integrate with crypto. This could play or pave the way for a view to, maybe a bit more of a build out with XRP. Definitely worth thinking about. But yeah, American Express, they're getting freaking bullish. They're getting pretty bullish, and I don't think this will be the last. I think you'll definitely start to see some more. In fact, the UK completed a transaction today on the blockchain as well. So finally, the UK might actually be waking up to the powers of cryptocurrency. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. We can always hope, can't we? But the London Stock Exchange launched a blockchain platform for private funds today. This is great news. Finally, we might be in a world of going, well, this blockchain crypto stuff's actually not the worst in the world. Anyway, think about it. Right, continuing on, look at this. Base now is exploring the network token, the massive airdrop imminent. I hope, right, that they go to Aerodrome. I hope they go to Aerodrome. Really hope they go to Aerodrome. So yeah, fingers crossed that they're not going to launch a brand new token, that they go, oh, we're going to announce the fact that we are going to use Aerodrome as our native token. Let's hope that's going to be the case. All right, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Holmes, even in some premium Discords, they come in. Yeah, it's wild. Ours is set up now. If you join our Discord, then you go into basically an unverified role. You have access to the ability to verify yourself, and that's about it. And then what will happen is that once we get the mod set up, and me, we'll then have to authorize you to go into the main channel. So we should be able to stop choppers coming in, because we should be able to see their accounts and like previous profiles and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can fix it. Clearly there are some in here that we need to just sweep and see if we can get rid of some of them that have clearly changed their names. But yeah, it's wild. It is wild, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, no, yeah. UK in it for yeah, absolutely, Michael. Yeah. Again, we will have some tax stuff coming in the Discord as well. So I mean, just get in the Discord. It's definitely worth it. But yeah, Coinbase considering the talk about after Linear's LINEA airdrop. So watch out for this. Now, Trump is proposing major SEC shakeup, quarterly earnings reports at risk, how this impacts crypto firms. Now, this is actually an interesting statement, and I think a lot of people have got the wrong end of the stick here. Loads of people are like, oh, this is about hiding results. It's in line with everyone else. So the UK, we do quarterly reports. We don't do monthly. Many European countries do quarterly reports. It allows to build over time. It allows to not be super, super crazy. And I think if anything, it does actually build a little bit more transparency because you can be way more honest with it. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. How does it affect crypto? It doesn't really. Let's just call it like it is. It doesn't particularly affect it. Way more influential into the S&P and the NASDAQ, but not so much into cryptocurrency. But certainly could play out in an interesting statement where you've got companies that are linked into crypto. So for example, Coinbase would be able to balance bearish and bullish months off a little bit better when it's a quarterly. Don't forget, quarterlies are 3 months. So yeah, we'll see. Good to see you. Hey, Team Unique's in the building. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you. What do you think of World of Bit Financial? Bearish at launch. Thought it was overvalued. Now I'm into it, and I think it's going to be good. They need to see what this burn mechanism looks like on Friday. But yeah, their $40 billion valuation was insane when it launched. But, you know, I think I'm at like 1,950 or something like that, which is kind of nice. What's the best coin to purchase right now? It depends. It depends. It depends what you're after. Short term, long term, bullish, you know, ETH, Bitcoin, whatever. Send your DM in here, Mike. Have a look after the show. Yeah, is it to do with the tax guy? I've seen it. If it's to do with the tax guy, I've seen it. Patrick says I got about early. Nice, bro. Nice. As long as you didn't buy it at a $40 billion market, then you're fine. Oh, but they probably sleep well without... Yeah. The scammers are everywhere. Right, now, in some very bullish news, and again, this is very good if you've been around in this channel for a while, you've been part of this channel back in the bear markets. Cast your eyes back. FTX just collapsed. BitBoy is running around the Seychelles trying to find Sam Bankman-Fried, and Solana is at $8. And 2-bit crypto goes live, and it's like, oh my God, Solana's back below $10. Bye, 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 bye. Yo, bye, 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 bye. Good news. Helios Medical are now raising $500 million, backed by none other than Pantera Capital. It's a big freaking deal, by the way, to launch a $1.25 billion Solana treasury. Holy crap. This is a pretty big deal. Now, Helios Medical targets a 7% SOL yield over Bitcoin's zero returns. Think about that, by the way. Staking returns are about 7.65. So they're skimping 0.65% off. And they're basically going to launch a treasury company that's going to return 7% yield. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What's 7% on $1.25 billion? So, come on, someone do maths for 2-bit. What is 7% on that? 87 million pound, $87 million. Holy crap. I mean, that's not a bad return, is it? On 7% on 1.25 billion. Short teams, which coins do you think are good to buy? I mean, short term right now, I would argue any ISO 222, HBAR, Algorand, XLM, I think are in some pretty good places. AVAX, I think, is undervalued. Where else would I go to that we're looking at? I can't argue. I think World Liberty Financial is good. I'd definitely look for an entry into Pump Fund. That, again, for me, is way undervalued where it should be. So there's some great coins out there. Just make sure you tune into the channel. We talk about them every day. Helix executive noted that Solana's position is the fastest growing blockchain, historically leading the industry in transactional revenue while processing 3,500 transactions per second. No one needs 1 million transactions. No one cares. 3,500 is absolutely freaking fine. And then finally, just one quick one. Ethereum whales now loading up. It could just be the beginning. Again, many people have you believe Ethereum's going to zero. Ethereum now showing a strong upward trajectory. Needs to hold 4,500. Climbed around that 43 last week, briefly testing the 47 before that pullback, which we've seen across the market. So we need ETH to hold 4,500. It is holding up right now. But again, I want to see BTC close green. For me, that's a pretty big indicator of where we want to get to. So hopefully we get to that point. Good. Right. That takes us through the news. That takes us through the charts. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. We'll try and answer as many as we possibly can. Equally, if you, if you've got anything on your mind, then hopefully you can try and answer that as well. So do me a quick favor, though. If you are dialed in on YouTube, just quickly tap that like button. I would appreciate it. And if you're brand new as well, don't forget to subscribe. We talk about the markets every single day. We break down the crypto markets and keep you dialed in. Likewise, if you're here on TikTok, by the way, nearly 20,000 likes already. Just do me a favor, tap the screen, hit the follow button. It does massively help out the channel, and I appreciate it as well. To battle loading the Spectrum and the Commodore game, tape deck's the best. Man, I had a Commodore 64. Loved it. Loved it. It was good. Okay, right. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, and that. Okay, we don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. We can take a look at some DeFi plays. There's not a lot going on. Obviously, there is a launch tomorrow coming up. For any of you that are channel members, you'll have seen that in the Alpha Call group. Make sure you are ready. Again, never financial advice. I'm not telling you it's going to go to the freaking moon. Maybe just an experience, see what's going on with it, take a look at it, and see. We do have a few more coming as well, so very much stay close to that. Good. Guys, I have no idea why she's literally attacking me. We'll just ban her. Who are you talking about, Lauren? Who is it? Just literally mute the account. I don't even know who you're talking about. It's not Susan, is it? Susan's bullish. Why is Susan having a go at you, Lauren? And tell them if they've got a problem to get into the Discord and we can answer any questions there. That'll work, right? But yeah, if you've got any coins you want to take a look at, then let us know. And we can take a look at them for sure. Kevin, what's going on? Davo, welcome. Bible Bites, follow the live creator. What's going on? Bible Bites, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. I don't know, Fairground, some random person by the looks of it. You probably need to just double down into YouTube. Oh, dear me. Definitely a bit out there. Definitely a bit out there. What's your thoughts on Ondo this bull run? Yeah, super bullish on Ondo. I like Ondo. Like it a lot. 102. Still slightly high. I feel like I should DCA this position a little bit more, but I'm sort of waiting to see what happens in the market. But yeah, I like Ondo. Currently holding the 200 moving average, which is good news on the hourly. Daily candle, though, again, definitely printing within a range, but like we've seen with many altcoins that no one seems to be freaking talking about, On the daily, Ondo has nicely flipped bullish. Now, what we need to see is continuation in the market, and this will call out. Again, this is actually something that I've called for the week as a chart to keep your eye out on. Couple of things to look at. The breakout above 105 is important with new fresh volume. Breakout towards the next resistance at 115 and 120 is possible. So, yeah, I like it. Why would a whale sell $24,000 of BOMO at a low time? They're probably going to get in some other sort of play, I would imagine. And if they're a whale, they don't care. That's the other thing as well. That's just my opinion, by the way. Yeah, let's get it. Keep tapping away, baby. We got like nearly 50 people in this stream on TikTok, so bullish on you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Michael says, I made another withdrawal today. Lols. I think I can now relax and invest more. Thanks for all you've done for me and my family too, bit. Now a 7-figure earner. Michael Steve. Does anyone think Michael Steve's a real person? Who are these people? I promise that this isn't me that's like doing it. Thoughts on Chainlink? Yeah, we talk about Chainlink a lot. Definitely good news. And I think we could see another retest of this range on Chainlink. Don't forget, they've got some pretty bullish news going on. Lots of good. The chart actually looks pretty nice as well. So I think you've got a little bit of momentum with Chainlink. If you're looking at possibly a 22.52 retest, that could be good news. We saw it strong. Buyers stepped in pretty aggressively at this range before. But yeah, Chainlink's holding up pretty well, in fairness. Chainlink is holding up pretty well. XRP to the moon. Yeah, let's hope so. Man, I just want to get these ETFs out when it comes to XRP. I think we'll be in for some pretty tasty news, in my opinion. BlazeX stopped me and messaged me on Facebook, causing me basically with him and attacking me. I don't know who the hell she is. Don't you live in 2 different countries? Isn't Blaze? Is Blaze not in the UK? Is he? Maybe he is. Where's your top on link this cycle? I mean, it's a difficult one to call, really. I think personally. I mean, if we take the previous, let's go the weekly candles actually. So let's take a look. Where are we at on Chainlink right now? Well, let's take the bottom here back in April 2023, and then let's take the absolute wick down. Let's see where we could get to. Well, let's see what bullish sentiment are playing out. So I think we could be in a world of, if you were going super bull case of where we sit right now, we'll have to kind of see how this plays out. If we don't really get any more, and you kind of say, well, maybe the market's cooked and we're probably not going to go much higher. 2618, 3618, between 80 and 100 bucks. Do we think that's feasible? 4x on Chainlink probably feels okay. I don't know what its previous all-time high was. Anyone want to answer me that question? Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, this freaking list's playing out pretty well, isn't it? Look at that. Still super green on the list I called. Bullish. XRP is the future. Coach JV knows what's up. He knows what's up. Right. What did Chainlink do as an all-time high? Okay, 52.88. So yeah, do you think you could go 2x on top of that? Yeah, I think so. Not financial advice, as it never is on this channel, but you know, I think Chainlink, given all of what's going on, the only thing I think stops Chainlink, by the way, the only thing that I think could scupper some of these kind of bigger moves are where you end up with people just don't really see what's going on with it. People don't understand how the fundamentals that sit behind it are kind of making some good news. So yeah, worthwhile thinking about and worthwhile kind of been pretty much dialed in on. So yeah. What about MYX? Is this like super overhyped coin that everyone was talking about? Am I making that up? $1.32 billion market cap. Is it this? 14 million in volume? I mean, it looks like it's coming straight back down to the cleaners. That's just my opinion, by the way, but and SPX. Yeah, I talked about SPX. Again, they've just got to not fumble the bag on Coinbase. Like, is it Nitro did or Turbo did? One of those. I can't remember. But yeah. Nacho says Lil Pepe. Is that even a thing? Is that really doing some? Thoughts on SHIB? I mean, I think SHIB could have a move. I think SHIB could have a move, but yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it's all going to come down to SHIB. I think I talked about this yesterday. SHIB, Pudgy Penguins, Pepe, I think are probably going to battle it out. And then maybe Shiba Inu, maybe. But yeah. It's in pre-sale. Or is it Lil Pepe? Let's have a look. And on Uniswap. Oh, have I seen this before? Lil Pepe. Have you told me about this before? $9.57 million market cap. When did it launch? Yesterday. Man, 6 billion in volume. Yeah, it looks like it launched yesterday. Is that right? Yeah, let's smash up the like button, by the way. Smash up a like button to a brand new all-time high. Toshi. Oh, man, I see loads of people talking about Toshi. Is that listed on Coinbase yet? Is it on Coinbase yet? Down 5%. $251 million market cap. I mean, it's not the worst. Pepe's breaker 0. I'm going to cash out. Yeah, I mean, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I mean, look, Toshi's not the worst coin in the world. And in fact, it is still an uptrend, which isn't the worst thing in the world either. So, you know, it's still playing up an uptrend. You know, I mean, whatever it's going up, happy days. Happy days. Not a fan of poop coins. Yeah, well, look, some people are, some people aren't. I think you either like them or you don't. And I don't think that changes, to be honest. Let's go on 420. Good to see you, man. Again, I think, you know, my view is I'm way more optimistic on top tier coins, you know, big bullish ecosystems and equally stuff that's really sort of doing some good shit. RWA, I think, is going to be good. Meme coins, I can't get away from. I can't lie. I love a meme coin. I love a new launch or a pump or whatever it is. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Do I go and dump, you know, 50% of my portfolio? No, absolutely not at all. But sometimes they can be fun. Sometimes, you know, they end up absolutely wrecking you. But that depends on what you're doing. Some people leverage trades, some people don't. So yeah, that's my view. It's always good to have a little bit of a view as to what's going on, and equally maybe try and as a community think about what coins could work well. And all of that is in our Discord. So if you're interested in getting some of those, then yeah, check it out. Not financial advice. Yeah, Obi, I like it. I like it. What about VeChain? Oh man, everyone asks me about VeChain. Why do people ask me about VeChain so much? Where is it? VeChain. Yeah, I mean, loads of people ask me about this. I've just never been super crazy bullish on it. Now, what I would say is it's got some pretty hefty partners, and it's probably undervalued based on its current run rate. It's down 45% on the year. 6 months, it's down about 4.5%. So you'd argue that it is undervalued based on what it's got, but yeah, I don't know why people are so like bullish on it. Am I missing something with it? I don't know if I am, maybe. This channel's caused me too much. It's all too its fault. Come on. Definitely not me. Remco, what's going on? Any concern? BOJ increasing interest decision on Friday? Maybe. But I think the carry trade stuff's way more like dealt with than it was before. So yeah, I think Japan will be fine. They may do it. They didn't raise interest rates last time. I think they raised rates last time, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Barbell setup is how I set up my portfolio. Nice. But the barbell setup, I don't even know what that is. Sounds cool though. Sounds cool. Yeah, you have to tell me what the barbell message is. I'm literally rolling over. Jesse, shut up. Go and sort the Discord out. Oh, dear me. Right, anyway. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else. We'll just kind of chill out and chat about, chat about what's going on in the markets. Hopefully, we'll see some optimism. Let's see if there's anything coming out right now about old Jezza. Let's see what people are saying. Let's go and see what CNBC is saying. Federal Reserve may cut rates for the first time since 2024. There are 4 key money moves to consider. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get bullish on this. Pay down high interested debt rate cuts are welcome news for Americans. With debt, one small reduction won't make much difference. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Borrowers should get relief in the coming months. If you've got a house, that's fine. Credit card hits new record high. So this will be good news for anyone who has a credit card in the US. This will be positive. I mean, if you went 50 basis points, that would be pretty good as well. Put your savings to work since rates are online savings accounts, money market accounts, and certificates of deposits are also poised to go down with Fed rates. Experts say this is time to secure some of the best returns available. This kind of aligns, by the way, to kind of then what people would do with their capital. This is where risk on assets could come in, actually. Even once the fund lowers rates, savers can still benefit from those competitive rates. They're like 1%. They're not competitive at all. They're absolute garbage. Consider making a bigger move. Housing market would be the biggest beneficiary of lower rates, would unlock frozen sales by homeowners reluctant to give up their low mortgage rates taken out decades ago. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true, actually. That could open up, and the housing market, by the way, could be a big move. You know, if people make some capital on houses, fingers crossed. And look at that. The rate of the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is now 6.3. It's pretty crazy. And improve your credit card. Okay, no one cares about that. No one cares about that. So, you know, Fed, I guess some positives. Some positives. Oh, because I watched too much crypto. I mean, there's worse people to watch. That's all I would say. That's all I would say. I think Powell's days are numbered, but he needs to drop rates. What about it? Yeah. I mean, we held, didn't we? As did the ECB. So, but we have cut rates a few times. So we've cut rates. Blazer's in TikTok, Lauren, if you need him. Blazer, you might be in trouble here, kid. But thanks for the heart, Mies. I think you could be in trouble. Right, let's do 3 days on liquidations or where liquidity is. Very, very balanced, I think. Very, very balanced. 2 o'clock comes UTC. So I think that's 3 o'clock our time. All the information in the Alpha Calls group in our premium Discord. Link in the description. Check it out. It's only a few bucks a month. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, I mean, look at this as a balance, by the way. So you've got pretty strong liquidity upside, pretty strong liquidity downside. This probably could go one way. It does feel like we are trending marginally downside, but again, we're looking for that close green, all right? That's what we're looking for. Focus on the green. If everyone thinks green, then we might get it. That's what we're looking for right now. Close freaking green, baby. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Check Concentric, RWA, great tech, patented fully docked team on Solana. Concentric. How do you spell that? Concentric. Okay, that's what, oh, concentric. Oh my god. I sound like a retard. Concentric. Concentric Industries. Is that it? Month old. $1 million market cap, 168k liquidity. I mean, the hold account's a bit naff and it took a massive dump. It's on Pump Fun, right? Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Is it? No, Meteora. Is that the right? Concentric Industries. Is that it? Looks pretty tasty. Looks interesting. The Russell is up 8% today. Nice. Michael Maybe's in the house. What's going on? What's going on, pal? Welcome. Why does it keep doing that? Stop doing that. Comes up and it goes bloop. You shouldn't be going bloop. You should be on headphones. Oh, you have to brother. You have to turn it on for it to come out of the headphones. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. My live got flagged for hate speech. What? Did it? Hate speech? What hate speech? What hate speech did I just do? Say looks all right. Yeah, I mean, I think Say looks okay, in fairness. Say looks okay. Down 4% of the day. Nothing crazy. But yeah, starting to look okay. Starting to, I mean, look, it's retesting the 20-day exponential moving average, which is this green line here. And yeah, fingers crossed then we'll start to, we'll start to get a bounce. Actually, when you look at some of these altcoins, they're way better when they are than maybe the Bitcoin chart or something like that. So yeah, Dogecoin prediction. Why does it keep doing that? Stop doing that. Dogecoin prediction. I talked about this the other day. Dogecoin at 26 cents. I mean, the thing with Dogecoin is it's got to go old school, hasn't it? Thanks, 37. It's got to go old school. People have got to be like, okay, I'm super bullish on Dogecoin, and it's, the big old meme. Can it do something? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Again, though, I think when you look at Dogecoin, I kind of feel like this year is going to be like a new kid on the block. I think Pepe, Bonk, Pudgy Penguins. I mean, WITH could come back. I mean, think about where some of those are. You look at market caps, particularly on the meme sector, by the way. Some of them are, yeah, I mean, what's Dogecoin at? $40 billion market cap. Pepe's at 4.5. Pudgy Penguins at 2. Bonk at 1.8. I mean, they're all pretty big numbers. They're all pretty big numbers. Shiba Inu at 7. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Vern coming in bullish right now with the basketballs. Let's go. Yeah, thoughts on Shiba Inu? Yeah, I talked about this earlier. I mean, again, could it do a big run? Of course it could do. Is it going to? We'll have to see. We'll have to see, but I think, this whole narrative of is it going to be Pepe, is it going to be Shiba Inu, then, we'll have to kind of wait and see how it all plays out. But yeah, Zora. Z-O-R-A. What's that one doing? What's that one doing? Zora up 7% on the day, $263 million market cap. What is it? Oh, I mean, like, it's pretty interesting. Doing what? 10 million volume. What is it? What is Zora? Have we looked at this before? This website might be harmful. Okay, we're not clicking on that then. That could just be my settings on my computer, by the way. That could just be my computer. I'm not sure. Yeah, XRP. Yeah, XRP. I think good news. I think definitely got some momentum. I think XRP, though, by the way, will definitely wait for the ETF stuff now, I think. I definitely feel like it'll wait for that, in my opinion. Oh, why does that not? I think, Connor, you're not doing on the same line. You're not doing on the same line. So you have to do /C, then enter, and then it should bring up parameters, and then you type XRP. So do /C, enter, then do the coin you want. It's a base coin. Right. I like it. What's your predictions for XRP? Well, I mean, look, I've got a couple of predictions. I think bearish, we're in about $8. Mid, 10 to 11. Bull case, I'd like to think anything between 12, 10 and 12, maybe a little bit longer actually. But again, not financial advice, just my opinion, what I hope to see, and fingers crossed, kind of what I hope that we get to. So yeah, this cycle market cap for all crypto will be a hell of a lot more than previous. I mean, that's true. Yeah. I mean, what are we at now? $3.95 trillion. So we're at an all-time high. Can we double it? 8 trillion, maybe. ChatGPT says that SHIB could reach 10p by 2026 as Shibarium brings in more customers and burn rates implemented going up. 10p? Shiba Inu to 10p or 10 cents. What's it at now? No, I mean, come on, Craig. Come on. You think SHIB's going to break 4 zeros? ChatGPT's having an absolute laugh if it thinks it's going to get that. It absolutely thinks it's having a laugh. If it reckons Shiba Inu can break 4 zeros, ChatGPT needs a quick word of itself. Connor, yeah, you need to do /C, enter, and then it should come up parameters, then type the ticker. I just saw you doing it on the Discord. So yeah, /C, enter, then whichever coin you want, and it should bring it up. Holding any crow? I was, not anymore. Yeah, Dazza got rid of it. AVAX and VeChain predictions for Q4. We've done VeChain already. AVAX, I hope to see maybe 10 to 15x. Again, not sure. Not sure. But yeah, it's easier to do /C, enter, and it should bring up a parameters box and then type the ticker of the coin you want. So BTC, ETH, XRP, blah, 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 blah. And it should come up as a string. So I am watching it, so hopefully that works. But yeah, /C, enter, as in press enter, and then do the ticker. And hopefully that works. You've had a look at Flock. I have not. I have not. What was your VeChain? Man, what did we say for VeChain? I can't remember. I actually can't remember now. I don't think I gave a price prediction, if I'm honest. I don't think I gave one. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I honestly don't know enough about it. So, Connor, is it coming up? I see you guys kind of typing, but nothing's really happening. Do I need to give you guys access to this? Yeah, it says you should get access. Does it not work, Connor? Not coming up, mate. Right, okay. Right, okay. I will have a look at that because it should do it. I'll have a look. I'll have a look afterwards. It's clearly something about. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Right. Let's see if that does anything. Clearly, it's something to do with the bot. Clearly, something to do with this. I will have a look at it and make sure that it. I mean, it should just do it. By the way, it should just do it, but I don't know why it's not. Okay, I will sort it. I'll sort it. I don't know why it's not doing it, but I'll sort it. Yeah, so /C, and then does it bring up parameters? So if you do /C, then press enter, and then it should bring up a little box saying parameters, and then type XRP, and then it should come up. Is it working, I guess? But they're looking at the commands, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it should just come up. I mean, the bot's in there. The only thing I can think is maybe the bot is a higher role than those. Bear me 1 second. Let me see if I can change this. Oh man, I can't even think about where it would be. Yeah, no, it should be fine actually. That should just work. Okay. Okay, clearly for some reason it's not letting you use the bot, and I don't know why. I'll have a look at it. Thoughts on 1inch network? I mean, I don't really have any, to be honest. I don't really use it, never have, and yeah, I can only see nickname and Wordle. What? That definitely isn't right. Okay, leave it with me. I'll have a look, and I am sure we can sort it. It must just be something that's not pulling through. That's all. It works for you. Where? It's not. Yeah, but they're trying to type in the main you do it in the VIP bit, in the premium bit, in the like the cool club. Oh dear. It's all good. You send through anyway. Yeah. Okay, mate. Yeah. I'll have a look. But I'm sure there is something that we can do it with. Oh, you did it in general. Oh, really? And it came up. Okay. I don't know then. Right. Anyway, all good. We are at 10 o'clock, which is bullish. And BTC currently sitting at 115.431. So hopefully we can see that. Hopefully we can see it kind of still moving to the upside. Yeah, but see, I don't see it in general. See, I don't see it, Jesse. I don't know what general you're doing it in, but I can't see it. I can't see it, bro. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. You chopper. Hit the like. Yeah, what are we at? 32,000. Holy smokes. Yeah, okay. I just need to have a look at it. I don't know why it's not doing it. I don't know why it's not doing it. Oh, you used ask. What is that? That's different to the other one. How do you do ask? But I can't see that though. That's weird. That's not in the general chat that I can see. Anyway, markets are definitely starting building for the cuts. Let's hope so. Yeah, let's hope so. 118 in a few days. Fingers crossed. I am still very much learning how to get like going with it. It's super. I mean, Discord is wild in fairness, but I'm getting there. We'll get there. We will get there. I'm sure. Craig, you could pick her up with your pinky finger. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't want to know. But yeah. First name I have done. I don't do it often. I have done. But yeah. Yeah, like hopefully we get that. Like I said, we do have a Discord if anyone wants to join it. It's totally free to join it. We do actually have a paid bit as well, which talks about trade signals, coin launches, all the rest of it. Totally non-financial advice. If you want to join it, you can just be a subscriber here on TikTok or join and become a channel member on YouTube as well. And you get instant access to our full premium Discord server. Or if you just want to join it and just hang out with some cool people, then yeah, feel free to just join it. Link is in the description. And also it's on my bio as well on here. So you can just join in there. Good. Right. Well, that's pretty bullish, isn't it? What are we at? 10:05. Man, I've got an early start for work tomorrow, which is never a good thing. Never a good thing. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be freaking fine. Lots of stuff to talk about. Lots of stuff to get into. The crypto market, fingers crossed, will start to get a more bullish setup. And hopefully we'll see some more... hopefully we'll see some more optimism in the market. Fingers crossed. I mean, clearly the Asian market's wanting to buy last night, which is kind of good. They did want to buy, and yeah, unfortunately, the European markets dumped us, and the US markets dumped us as well. So we will see. We will see. But that is that, everybody. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. Don't miss it. We'll have all your latest cryptocurrency content that you simply cannot afford to miss. So until then, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the flip side.